Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. And we're here today for the official on-campus invitation press conference for Alabama to meet the University of Washington in the college football playoff semifinal of the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. Gary Stoken, our president, will start us off with a little bit of education about our bowl game and what you guys are going to experience and the student athletes when they come to Atlanta for bowl week. And then we'll take some comments with Coach Battle and Coach Saban. And then we'll have a photo op at the end. So without any more delay, Gary, I'll kick it up to you.
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. It's a unique time for us in Atlanta. This is the most significant college football game that will ever be played in the city of Atlanta since we started in the bowl business in 1968. We have number 1 Alabama against number 4 Washington in the college football playoff semifinal game at the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. If I can, I would like to introduce our team that came over here today. John Mattioli, in charge of sports sponsorships at Chick-fil-A. Jackie Jazz, who's in charge of their PR at Chick-fil-A. And the local Chick-fil-A is going to serve everybody lunch today, so we appreciate them being here. On my staff, you've met Matt Garvey, and also our COO, David Epps, is here. We're heading from here up to Washington to provide Washington with the invite as well. So again, the volunteers and the staff that we have are the best in the business. We look forward to hosting you and all the Crimson Tide family, team, administration in the 49 Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Kind of ironic, we've never had Alabama in those 49 years play in our Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So to get Alabama ranked number 1, to get them in the semifinal game is quite a honor and privilege for us, and we look forward to it. We think we have the best matchup of the bowl season, and they say styles make fights. This is going to be a heck of a fight. When you have the number 1 defense in the country going against the number 4 offense in the country, and Washington being number 1 in turnover margin, number 10 in defense. We've got 16 all SEC and Pac-12 first team players and 5 national award winners that will be playing in this game. The Offensive Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC and the Offensive Player of the Year from the Pac-12. So it's going to be a wonderful matchup, great fight. We've also got 2 of the preeminent coaches in college football. Both Chris Peterson and Nick Saban have won the Dodd Trophy, which is the preeminent College Coach of the Year award. It's based on scholarship, leadership, and integrity. And both these guys do it right, and not only on the field but off the field. We're humbly proud to have them. We'll, similar to the Heisman Trophy, we'll have the Dodd Dinner, where all the former Dodd winners, the Vince Dooleys and the Frank Beamers and the Bobby Rosses will come back to share a night on the 29th of dinner together. So it'll be quite an evening in the Bobby Dodd Room at the Capital City Club. This is, as I said, very, very special for us until next year, where we'll host the national championship game in Atlanta as well. So for us to host Alabama in our kickoff game, to host them in the semifinal game, to host them in the SEC championship game, we're going to start charging Nick and Bill some income tax coming over to Atlanta so much. So with that, what I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about our game. You may know about our Chick-fil-A kickoff game since Alabama has participated, but our bowl game will be played at 3 o'clock on the 31st and obviously televised on ESPN. The road to the national championship comes through Atlanta this year in the semi, and next year in the national championship game. Everything we've done as a bowl leads up to this game. This is where we show college football, the finest that Atlanta has to offer, with our College Football Hall of Fame, our great staff, and our wonderful volunteers, and what we believe is the best partner in the bowl business in Chick-fil-A. We're the most competitive bowl game in the country. 54% of our games have been decided by a touchdown or less. Our team payout will be $6 million, $4 million, with an additional $2 million in team expense payouts. We also pride ourselves. Back in 1968, we were born as a charitable bowl game. We maintain that mission, and this year we will give out $1.6 million in charitable and scholarship donations, which is $21 million since 2002. No other bowl game has even been near giving that kind of money back into the community and to colleges around the country. So we're awfully proud of that. And also this year in this game, $100,000 will be endowed in our Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl scholarship between Chick-Fil-A and Peach Bowl Inc. And we will give that to the University of Alabama president for playing in our Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. So with all of that, I would like to offer an invitation to Bill Battle, the AD at Alabama, to come to play in the 49th Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in the college football playoff semifinal game. Bill? Congratulations. We look forward to it.
We look forward to it as well. You know, you talk about charging us income tax, you ought to pay us a commission for filling up your stadium. But you know, it doesn't seem like we haven't played in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, because we play over there usually early in the season and hopefully late in the season. We've been to Atlanta a lot of times, and under your leadership, we appreciate so much the hospitality that you give us.
Appreciate that very
We're
much.
looking forward to this.
Thank you. We do too.
Guys, at this time, Coach will bring you to the podium, quick opening statement, and then we'll take some questions for Coach after that.
Thank you. It's certainly an honor and a privilege for our team here at the University of Alabama to have the opportunity to be in the college football playoff, especially in a first-class venue, going back to Atlanta to be a part of the Peach Bowl. Atlanta is a great host city. We've certainly enjoyed the opportunity to go 4 times to the Kickoff Classic. Gary and his staff and the Peach Bowl folks do a marvelous job in terms of hosting, and we've had a great experience there in the past, and we're looking forward to having a wonderful experience in the future. Even though this is our first time playing in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, we certainly feel very comfortable with the folks that are our hosts, because we've had the experience of being in 4 of their Kickoff Classics, and that's been very helpful in exposing this program and helping to build this program to what it's become. I have to mention that I'm very, very proud of our team for what they've been able to accomplish, the opportunity that they've created for themselves, and that team includes the coaches and the players and our athletic administration, Coach Battle, and all he does to help us have a chance to be successful. Our administration here at the University of Alabama, our president, Dr. Bell, has created a great opportunity for our student athletes to be successful here personally, academically, and athletically. And I think creating that value for our student athletes is what helps us be successful. So this is an opportunity that I'm so proud to be a part of, relative to what our team was able to accomplish this year. And we're obviously playing one of the outstanding programs and outstanding teams in the country. You know, this year Coach Peterson is obviously, to me, one of the best coaches in the country, and he's done a marvelous job at the University of Washington, and their team has done an outstanding job this year of creating some big numbers on offense and being very tough to score against on defense. And so this is a very well coached, all around really good team that's going to be very, very challenging for our team, and it should be a great game. I know you're going to ask me about Coach Kiffin, so I'll just go ahead and make a statement about that. You know, Lane's done a phenomenal job for us for the last 3 years. We appreciate the impact that he's made on this program. You know, we think that this is a wonderful opportunity for him to get to be a head coach again, and I think FAU has selected someone that is going to do a great job for them, and he's done a great job here molding our offensive players to what they could do to have the best chance to be successful, and I think that's always something that's very telling about the quality of a coach. So Lane will stay here and serve as offensive coordinator through our playoffs. So we're pleased for him, but anything else that is said about this, I think, you know, Florida Atlantic University have the opportunity to do that. They've made a great hire, and I think that should be up to them.
Okay, we'll open it up to questions. Now raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. Start with Michael right here.
Did you have a timetable for replacing Wayne?
No.
Questions? Peach Bowl going forward to Washington. We'll start here with John.
How valuable is this time for Jalen specifically, because he's not looking at game plan for the next week? Is this a big time for him?
Well, I think it's a big time for all the players on our team. We like to do a little quality control work during this time so that we can take each individual player and say, okay, we're going to have some practices that are, pretty much like camp practices when we get started on Friday, and these are things that we would like for you to focus on improving on. So it's not just Jalen. He gets noticed a lot because he gets the ball every play and distributes it to everyone each play, and there's certainly opportunity for him to do some things to improve. But I think that would be true for every player on our team at every position. And that's something that we're working on this week as a staff to try to do the best job of organizing so that when we do practice, we can impact and help our players improve.
Back over here with Michael.
Overall, in terms of the offenses you guys face and just college football in general, how much have offenses evolved in the past 5 years?
Well, I think offenses have gotten more and more difficult to defend. I've talked about this before. I don't think the running plays have changed that much, and I don't even think the passing plays have changed that much. But I do think the combination of the running plays and the passing plays that make what we refer to as RPOs, run-pass options, have created a whole different dynamic in college football that has made the game more exciting, but it's also made it more difficult to defend the run and the pass. And teams that do a great job of executing these things, and quarterbacks who know when to throw the RPOs and when to hand the ball off are guys that are very, very difficult to defend. And I would say that the team we're playing probably does it as well as anybody that we played against all year long.
Come back here. Ben?
You touched on this a little bit already, but how important has Atlanta been for the program in the last 10 years or so in some of the games that you guys have had there from the Clemson game going forward?
Well, I think that you just mentioned it, that we were a relatively unknown program when we played Clemson. I guess it was 2008. They were ranked in the top 10, if I recall correctly. And we had a pretty dominant performance, in that game, and I actually think that game probably did as much to launch this program forward as any game or anything that we ever did. And we took a little bit of a risk, in playing in a game like that against a very, very good team and a good program that was highly ranked. We were happy to have the opportunity to do it. Gary and the Peach Bowl folks, Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl folks gave us that opportunity, and that's something that really had a tremendous impact on this program. And I think that they were one of the first people to start these kind of kickoff games. Now they're all over, and people play them all over. But in those days, there weren't many. So we were very fortunate to be a part of one, especially one that got our program the exposure that it did, and certainly was a real positive to us moving forward and improving as a program.
Go here in the middle with Alex. Anybody else? Couple more. Raise your hand.
To ask, obviously, first time you've talked after all the awards shows and that kind of thing. What was it like, kind of experiencing that, seeing Jonathan, get the Narek and some of those, and then all the All-American players you have right now?
Well, we're really happy for our players. It's like, when your children do something to make you proud. You're happy for what the guys have contributed to the team, and you're always extremely pleased and proud when they get recognized for all the hard work and contributions that they've made. And I think the guys that got awards this year, whether it's Ruben getting the Butkus, Jonathan getting several awards that he got, including the Bednarik and Nagurski and Ted Hendricks, Cam winning the Outland, I think, which is the premier award maybe for a lineman in the country. These things make us very, very proud. We're very happy for the players and their parents and the family. And I know that every one of these guys are happy to be a part of a team of people who support each other and help them grow and develop so that they had opportunities like this to get recognized. So really exciting, very exciting for us.
Come back over here with Tony.
Yeah. Sorry. You had a couple guys banged up after the SEC championship game. Where do you guys stand as an injury standpoint, and especially with guys like maybe Marlon?
Well, we haven't had practice since then, so we're rehabbing the players that have any kind of injury issues. Marlon would be one of those guys that we're trying to get back, and with the type of injury he has, I'm not sure that we'll know for sure what his status will be until we start practicing again. But we're hopeful that this is the type of injury that this rest will be very beneficial to him, and that he will be able to participate fully when we get back to practice.
A couple more, Rainer and then Mark.
When you were with the Cleveland Browns, how did you come up with the pattern matching scheme? What was the genesis of that? And did you go through a trial basis, say in the preseason, to test it out before actually executing it?
Look, I didn't invent this. A lot of people do it. I just learned from other people how to do it. So we did it prior to going to the Cleveland Browns to some degree. And I think the players there did a very good job of being able to do it. And we don't always do it. But it is something that I think is helpful. But there are also things that, look, I don't care how you cut the mustard when you play pass defense. There's 8 zones. There's 5 guys that you got to guard. You usually like to rush 4 guys, and only 7 to play pass defense. So you're always a little bit kind of one short. And everything that you do on defense, whether it's play zone, play man-to-man, or play pattern match, are all things that have deficiencies. And I think the idea that you do them all and disguise them, and hopefully the quarterback doesn't know exactly which one you're doing, may be something that is beneficial to helping your players gain a little bit of an advantage. And I think that's probably a better way to explain it than thinking that pattern matching is the end all, because it really isn't.
Okay. One more here with Mark, and then we'll turn it back over to Gary.
Yeah, what have you learned personally from the last 2 years of going to the playoff? And also, do you think the leadership on this team is sort of built to sustain throughout this potential 2-game run?
I can't really answer that question. I can only say that the leadership on this team has done a really, really good job. We plan these games 1 game at a time. We don't have any runs to play. Every team in the playoffs now may be 0-0. They're all very, very good teams. So you're kind of in a winner-take-all kind of mentality in terms of how you got to play these games and how you need to approach these games. So we've had good leadership on the team. I would expect that we continue to have that, but that's sort of up to the players. I think when you get in this time of the year and you're not on a regular routine, the team and the players make a determination as to how they want to approach the 27 days till the next game, relative to how they worked out last week, how they're going to work out on their own this week, how we're going to practice and prepare for this game. And I think when those things occur, it tells you a lot about the intensity and readiness of the team. And we'll just have to, take these things day to day and try to help our players get in the best position that they possibly can to have success in a very challenging game.
Thanks for that, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, at this time, Gary's going to come back up and talk to you guys a little bit about our bowl week experience. And then we've got a very short video that we'd like to show you.